Hello everybody, welcome to another YouTube video. Today I'm going to be talking about the new Apple products, which includes the M1 CPUs. This includes the Mac Mini, the MacBook Air, and the MacBook Pro. Now, I'm sure that each one of y'all have probably seen all the review videos from all the great YouTubers out there just telling you simply, how good this CPU is. And I'm not even gonna lie, I agree with them. I'm sure it is very good because I've actually gone to Best Buy to actually try out this laptops, and I'm not even gonna lie to you. I am in love with this new Mac devices. I mean, first of all, the beauty of this devices is just amazing. That's number one. Two, I mean, Apple has such a good operating system that, like Windows really doesn't compare at all. And trust me, I am a daily Windows user. I use it at work, I use it at home. I've been using it pretty much my whole life. And Windows is good. It's good for what it does, but when it just comes to using Apple products, you get a sense that wow, my life is at peace compared to Windows. I mean, Windows is pretty much like Android when it comes to the desktop operating system, atmosphere or whatever they call it. But which is why, for the past 3 weeks, I've just been contemplating, yo, I want a MacBook. I want a MacBook Pro. I want a MacBook Air. Which one should I get? So obviously, I've been on YouTube spending hours trying to see which one I should get. Oh my God. Like I'm telling you right now, I am literally going crazy over which one that I want to get. I even sold my iPad to my younger brother today for my 2018 iPad Pro for $250. Okay, I bought that device back last year May for over $1,000. Did you see how much money I lost? I mean, at the end of the day, I don't mind doing something for my family. I mean, really, that is nothing. Okay, I mean, not to say that I did not like my iPad, but I mean, I use it just the same way I use my iPhone. But hey, let's get back to what we're here to actually talk about. Let's get back to what we're actually here to talk about, okay? Now, do you really need this new MacBook Pro, Mac Mini, or the MacBook Air? Do you really need it? I mean, if you really have to think about it, then do you actually need it? Huh? Then do you? Sorry about that. I just had a phone call. But yeah. So my first reason of really not needing this new devices is, do you already have a Windows desktop? And if you already do have a Windows desktop, how bad is it? I mean, that's a question you should first of all ask yourself. How bad is that Windows desktop? I mean, is it really that slow? Is it taking 2 hours? I mean, I'm just exaggerating, but is it taking 2 minutes to boot up? I mean, really, if your desktop in this day and age, your Windows desktop in this day and age is still taking 2 minutes to boot up, I mean, you probably need to upgrade, okay? You probably should upgrade. I mean, you shouldn't waste time at all. I mean, if you still have a desktop that does not have an SSD hard drive, you should upgrade. I mean, really, you can really go ahead and upgrade to the Mac Mini, which at the lowest is about $700. And if you add the 16, an extra 8 gig RAM, making it 16 gigs, plus a 1 terabyte hard drive, then that should make it about $1,299, which is still a very reasonable price, But then you have to think about this, right? Do you want a computer that you're able to take everywhere, or do you just want a computer that just stays in one place and you go to it whenever you need it, you know? But apart from that, but if you already have a Windows desktop that does everything that you need, there really is no point in upgrading because really at the end of the day, when you're upgrading to the M1, I understand that the chip is very fast, but at the end of the day, This is a all new ecosystem that you are not used to. And you have to understand that this will take you some time to understand. I mean, it's not, most people are not going to be like me, in which I've already used the iPad Pro. Okay. I I've been using a Apple phone for the past 5 years. Okay, I'm used to the Apple ecosystem. Okay, if I wanted to switch operating systems, I can easily switch because really technically I'm still using Windows for work. Okay, and my own personal computer will be a Apple device which introduces me to the Apple ecosystem. But if you really don't need the new Macs and your Windows desktop work just fine, then there's really no reason for you to upgrade at all. It's just that simple. You know, my next reason is this. Do you even have enough money to even buy yourself one of those new Apple devices, whether it's the Mac Mini, the MacBook Pro, or the MacBook Air? Do you have the money? I mean, I understand that it looks beautiful. I mean, I'm telling you, these devices look beautiful. I don't care whether they have not changed the styles in years, okay? These devices look beautiful. Like when you look at an Apple device, it speaks luxury. Simple as that. You know that this is something that, wow, if I was to walk outside right now, they're gonna be like, wow, this guy got money. It's just that simple. I mean, you don't even have to know the price. You probably look at it and be like, oh, yeah, this is expensive. Okay. But better for you to be comfortable than to impress other people. You have to impress yourself first. And impressing yourself means that you don't overspend when you do not need to overspend. And these devices are not cheap. I mean, the cheapest is the Mac Mini, which is really the best. I mean, which is really the best deal when you're looking at prices. I mean, at a low price of, $699 with an 8 gig RAM. And the problem that I have with the Mac Mini, well, across all of them, really the Mac Mini is the best one. Is the best one, bang for the buck at the price, because really each one of those devices come with a 256 gig SSD hard drive. That is not enough for anybody. I do not care whether you do much or you don't. By the time you boot up the computer itself, you're probably at 100 and something gigabyte, because the operating system alone already took up most of the space. Okay, it already took it up, and you have no choice but to upgrade. And guess what? Each upgrade that you do, it goes from 256 gig to 512 gigs to 1 terabyte to 2 terabyte. Between 256 and 1 terabyte, that's an extra of $400 that you will have to add to the cost of whatever Mac device that you buy. And then the jump between 1 terabyte and 2 terabyte is about $600. I mean, these devices are very expensive, and it's probably better for you to think about your pocket. If your pocket cannot handle it, you're better off just buying a Windows desktop or laptop. With $500, you still get a good Windows desktop / laptop, as long as you're not using it for gaming. With $500, you cannot get any app. You can get Apple something, but from 2018 and down, you can't even get a 2019 Mac device for 500. It won't happen. Okay, the only way it will happen is if you probably went on Facebook Market, or maybe by chance you found one on eBay. Apart from that, you're not going to find it. So you have to really think: do I have the money? Can I really afford this thing, or am I just trying to show off to people? If you're just trying to show off and you can't afford it, just stick with what you have now, or just buy you a Windows device. At least you know that you will find one at a very reasonable price that will most likely still do whatever you need to do. Now, if it comes to, if you're actually doing video editing and all that extra stuff, then continue with what you have now. There are really applications out there that will do everything that you want. I mean, one of them for video editing that I use is called VSDC Editor. It's free. My only problem with that is that it takes so long to, combine all the videos. Another one is DaVinci Resolve. Also a good application. You don't exactly have to use Final Cut Pro is not even cheap. Okay, so really, if you don't have the money, just stick with a Windows device or desktop, and your pocket will thank you later. It's that simple. It is just that simple. Your pocket will thank you later. Okay, because even if you put this device on a payment plan, I've checked Amazon and I've checked using Apple Finance. Okay, 12 months financing. That's it. The only place that's offering more than 12 months is Best Buy, which is offering 18 months. Apart from that, I've not really seen, I'm sure there are other places, of course, but the main ones, they're really just doing 12 months. So, really, again, can you afford paying over $100 a month for 12 months for a device that you cannot afford? If you can afford it, go ahead. If you can't, just buy a Windows desktop. Buy something that has one of those good GPUs from Nvidia or AMD, and really you thank your pocket. Simple as that. Another reason which I've probably touched on is, what will you actually really be using this Mac devices for? If you're not really using it for anything that's so spectacular that you cannot do on your Windows computer or on a Windows computer, what is the point? There is no point. As humans, we try to do too much. It's just that simple. We do too much. They say take one. You're like, nah, I want two. Okay? They give you $500. What you want is more than $500. We do too much. Okay? If you don't need much, why go for much when you can stick with what you have or get what you need? What will you be using it for? If you're not using it for anything too spectacular to the point where you're spending 1,000, especially when you can't afford it, 1,000, guy, just get what you need at a reasonable price. Just get what you need at the price that you can afford and be good. Hey, this M1 is the first generation for laptops. Okay? There's going to be better. Okay? Maybe in a year or two, you have so much money that you can really just buy it without, even if you don't need it, you can just get it. But think about your pocket and think what you will actually be using this for. If it doesn't match, just forget about it. It's that simple. Again, I'm not putting out this device because I'm telling you, these devices, they are crushing expectations. This was not expected. I mean, I watched the Apple intro or whatever the video, the live event that they do. I'm telling you, I was not that impressed. But man, the moment this YouTuber started bringing out the review videos, I was amazed. Okay, I wanted to have one. Not to say I'm probably not going to get one later on in the future. Maybe I'll think about it, but I'm still thinking about it. Really, there's a battle going on in my mind right now. Like, Yomi, should you buy this device? Should you? Is that the way? If it's not the way, why go for it? Why? That is the question. I have to figure out whether that is the way. I mean, I can afford it, but because I can afford it doesn't mean I should get it. I still have a perfectly pre-built desktop that I bought in 2016 that still boots up in literally 10 seconds and still does everything that I need, and also has a NVIDIA GTX 1070. It does what I need. Why do I need a Mac Mini or a MacBook Pro or a MacBook Air? The story of life. That's the end of my video, guys. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe. Well, technically not a video, more of like a voiceover, I guess I'm camera shy, but hey, don't forget to support. Click the subscribe button and just, hey, I'm trying to just like my video and just tell me what I could do better. That's it. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye.